Hello, hello, Dela, right, my Dela, right, my Dela, right, my Dela, right. Happy Sunday to all of you. Testing, testing, testing the microphone. I'm here again. Oh, I'm just testing, okay? For the longest of time, I've not been doing live. I wanted to set up this gadget and be sure that we have it. So we are just testing to see how it's running, and I hope that my voice is clear and loud enough. Daylight, my daylight, my daylight, my people. Daylight, my daylight, my daylight, my people. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. May God bless all of you. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for always being here. I appreciate all of you so much. Okay, so if you want to join the live, I have the link there. You can add up yourself, and let's talk about this topic that is, making everybody surprised. A lot of people are wondering why Dr. Elizabeth is supporting Queen Naomi. Like, what is her interest? This is a question I've been hearing over and over again. What is Dr. Elizabeth's interest in this matter? Now, for me, De La Ramo, I do not know, but I do know that there is something in relationships. If it does not come in a way of benefit for both of you in a relationship, as long as it is capable of making the other person happy, might just be the reason why you need to be, supportive towards the plight of the other person. El Fire, how are you doing? El Fire, please get the link and join this live. I appreciate all of you. We have 20 people right here. I appreciate all of you very, very much. That's the link. I'm going to post the link here again. You want to join the live, please use the link. I've not started advertising live yet because I am doing testing the microphone. I don't want people to come and be telling me, Delaram, why is your life like this? It's not always organized. There's always something wrong with your gadget. So I'm still testing it. Okay. So from next week, we'll begin to advertise so that we get people ready to join the live. So the question everybody is asking is why is Dr. Elizabeth supporting Queen Naomi? Why is Dr. Elizabeth supporting Queen Naomi? Some people are saying that I have never ever seen a place where a mate will be supporting the other one to come back. Now, for me, from what I am hearing, they say that it's because of her family background, that they know a lot about kinship and royalty, that the parents are supporting Dr. Elizabeth to get Naomi back into the palace. Some people are saying it's because they think that Naomi and the daughter and Dr. Elizabeth will be the only ones in the palace, just as Naomi and Ashley used to be. And some people are saying Dr. Elizabeth's motive might not be clear enough. So people need to be very careful with her and all of that. Why do you think Dr. Elizabeth is supporting Queen Naomi? Because that is the question that everybody is asking. Please join the live. Join the live, please. Use this link to join the live. Why do you think Dr. Elizabeth is supporting Queen Naomi? That is the question. Why do you think Dr. Elizabeth is supporting Queen Naomi? Do you think that Queen Naomi should be free with Dr. Elizabeth? Do you think that Queen Naomi should trust Dr. Elizabeth? Because right now they are talking about the drama with the Lagos mansion. They said Dr. Elizabeth is free to go. They said Dr. Elizabeth and Naomi are kind of meeting each other there in the Lagos mansion, and that everybody is, okay with that. And Elfire, hello, Efayo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Delaram. Good evening.
Good evening, Efayo. How are you?
I'm doing great. How is the family?
We are fine. Nice to have you on this live.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Madam Delaram. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to ask a question. The topic is, why is Dr. Elizabeth supporting Queen Naomi? A lot of people are skeptical that her motive is not clear, that they have never seen where a maid will be supporting the other maid to come back. So why do you think Dr. Elizabeth is supporting Queen Naomi? Elfire, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
So why do you think Dr. Elizabeth is supporting Queen Naomi?
Okay, to my own understanding, I see that from where Dr. Elizabeth is coming from, she's from a very good home and
Mm-hmm.
she's well brought up. And she knows that Queen Naomi has been a good person, and there are some bad people. It was some bad people that really made her to leave the palace. And knowing
Mm-hmm.
fully well that Kabiyesi still love Naomi so much. So the only thing for her to do is to go along with Queen Naomi.
Mm.
You get?
Yeah.
So to me, I feel that for her, loving Queen Naomi is for her to really enjoy the marriage herself, because
Yeah.
there's no how you will say that somebody that was there before you don't want the person to be there, and you think you that just came from behind will be happy in that home. It's not possible. It's
Mm-hmm.
not possible. And I believe she has a good heart also. She's a good person. Generally, Dr. Elizabeth is a good person.
Yeah, I believe so too. Because seriously, she has really supported Queen Naomi. Mr. Armani, good evening. Mr.
Hello, good
Armani.
evening.
Mr.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Armani. Mr. Armani. Mr. Armani. Good to have you here again.
How are you today? Quite a
I'm
while.
Yes, quite a while. I've been very, very busy. I was doing exams and going back and forth. I didn't have time for the live. I didn't want to come and waste you people's time. I said, okay. And, thank you so much for coming here. I appreciate you. I didn't advertise the live. Elfire, please, I'm stay with you, okay? I didn't advertise
Okay.
the live because I'm doing testing the microphone. Okay, so, Mr. Manning, you can see
Yes,
the
yes. Yes,
topic.
please.
You can see the topic. I have been having questions upon questions upon questions that De La Ram. Why do you think that Dr. Elizabeth will support Queen Naomi? She has ulterior motive. Queen Naomi needs to be careful with Dr. Elizabeth. I've never seen where a maid will support the other maid to come back into the her home. They always want to be alone and all of that. And people are saying that Nami should be very careful with Dr. Elizabeth. Mr. Amani, you have been seeing what has been going on. Have you been following the trend?
A bit for a while now. And for me, if you ask me for my opinion on this trendy topic, I would say that, you see, Dr. Elizabeth has always been very nice with Queen Naomi. You know, she has not really shown that. I mean, she's not on Naomi's side. If you look at all her actions for some time now, she has been some sort of pro Naomi in a way. And if you look
Hmm.
at the character of Dr. Elizabeth, I think she's a calm person. She's not one of those Oloris that are outlandish and just out there like that. I think she's carried herself very well, and I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt as well. And don't forget also, she is completely aware that the Oni, who is her husband, is always saying something nice about Queen Naomi. She's aware that the love is still there between them, and she knows also that one way to maybe possibly get the heart of the Oni himself is to show that you have close affinity, affiliation, some sort of support with Queen Naomi. I think it could be a strategy, if you ask me. But whatever it is, I think I would just advise that Queen Naomi should just be the smart woman that we've always known her to be. We want the love being shown by Dr. Elizabeth, but at the same time, she should be wise and smart about the whole thing. She should not lose her guard. That is just what I would say. Okay, but the love from Dr. Elizabeth, I think, is a good one, and any love for Queen Naomi, I mean, is a good one for us any day, anytime. So I'll leave it there for now.
Okay,
Dilaram?
Mr. Money. Yes, Mr. Money.
Yes,
Mr. Money,
yes.
please. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
El Fayo, please. May I ask another question?
Oh, you okay? Go on.
El Fayo, this drama of going back to the palace in June, do you honestly think that Nami should go back or not? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? I said this
No,
going back to the palace in June. Do you honestly think that Nami should go back or not?
to me, I will say yes. Naomi should go back. But before Naomi goes back, let the Oni do the needful. One, by disposing those other Oloris, because there's no way Naomi will go back to the palace. Why those other Oloris are still there? Because you from what has been happening from the antecedents, you know that those women they are not really happy about Queen Naomi and Krista Denikawo. So Queen Naomi coming back to the palace while they are still there is unacceptable to us Queen Naomi's fans. And Queen Naomi will not be happy to come back while those women are still there because we don't really know what their plans are. That's just the truth. Yes. But we are in total support of Queen Naomi coming back to the palace.
Well, okay. All right. Thank you, Elfayo. Akinola. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that name. Is here. She's saying she loves her husband. That is, Dr. Elizabeth loves her husband so much, and that is why she loves everything her husband loves. You know that in the days of the old, Mr. Mani, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
You know, in the days of our forefathers, we do know that we are living in a modern society now. In the days of our forefathers, where men were made to marry so many wives and all of that, you know that in those days, when your husband goes to marry another wife, as a good wife, if you're the senior wife, you support your husband, support the other wife, and make sure they are very comfortable. That was how we were living in those days. But with this modern society now, when a maid is trying to be kind to the husband and trying to make peace between them, we tend to see it as though they have some kind of hidden agenda. I sincerely agree that Dr. Elizabeth loves Oni very well. I want to believe that one of those women that really care about Oni is Dr. Elizabeth, because Dr. Elizabeth had to sacrifice everything to ensure that if Tadenikawa is going to bring happiness to Oni of Ife, Tadenikawa should return back to the palace. So basically, this is about Tadenikawa, even before Queen Naomi. And I think that Dr. Elizabeth is making all of these sacrifices for Tadenikawa. Mr. Madin, what do you think?
Yeah, just before I talk about these, I want to go back to the question you asked Alfayo regarding if she thinks it is a good idea for Naomi to go back, or if there's a possibility that she will go back actually. What I have to say on that is, as a Naomi fan, it has always been our wish that she gets back to her husband, her loving husband. Okay, but again, we've always had conversation around the fact that, look, it will not make sense if everything we are hearing, if everything remains the way it is for our own dear Queen Naomi to go back. And I'm very sure that Queen Naomi herself is not oblivious of the dangers, the inherent dangers, right in that palace. The place has changed over time, the place is so chaotic now, and there's a bit of is it diabolical tendencies, all over the place right now. It is not like the palace that we used to know during the reign of Queen Naomi. Okay, if you go back to when she was there, I mean, that seems to be the era that there was total tranquility, peace, and decorum in that palace. We don't have that right now. So I know that the Queen Naomi is not oblivious of the tendencies that now apply right there. So she's going to think about it very well and working in consonance with the old name. By the time the women, if eventually they agree to leave, like we are hearing, I don't think it's a bad idea, because the truth of the matter is that the heir apparent himself, the son, needs to, I mean, spend quality time with the father. Don't forget this. This is a, I mean the what do you call it? The spiritual head of the Yoruba kingdom. I'm talking of the king right now. You know, he's the
Mhm.
spiritual head of the Yorubas. A lot of traditions are involved in this thing. There's supposed to be an attachment, you know, from the son to the father, which has not been there. So if everything is going to give way for Queen Naomi to go back, so that the son can have quality time with the father, I think that would be very okay. Then for the issue of the second issue you raised, you know, regarding uh, uh, Dr. Elizabeth, right?
Mm. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Yes, I'm
Yeah,
here. I'm here.
the second issue you raised was what is going on with Dr. Elizabeth, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can you
Yeah.
just recap on that?
Okay, with Dr. Elizabeth, I said that in the days of the old, when
Yes.
our men were made to marry many wives, you see that the first wife who really loves her husband will be there supporting, even if the man will have to marry other wives, the woman will always be very supportive. And now it might not really serve the woman in her own interest, but because it is going to bring happiness to other party, and that's the husband, she will support. I want, but because we are living in a modern world, when you see that happening in our own world right now, people begin to think that there is an ulterior motive. I really think that Dr. Elizabeth is doing this for Tadeni Kawo, and she's sacrificing everything, and I feel like it's because she loves Oni of Ife. What do you think?
Okay, I think I've said something about this before that I think Dr. Elizabeth, we should give her the benefit of the doubt. She seems to be a very nice person. She has a calm
Mm,
personality. And don't forget, excuse me, don't forget, you know, she's someone that loves the husband so well.
mm-hmm.
And there's no way you will love the Oni as it is today, and you will not love the son and by
Yeah.
extension, the mother of that son. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
believe that the woman, Dr. Elizabeth, is a very calm person. She's a nice person.
Mm,
It's possible these things are guided by altruistic beliefs. You know, maybe she sincerely loves the son and the mother. You know, but
mm-hmm.
I think the paramount thing here is the fact that okay, I have a husband that I love so much, and there's no way you say you love your husband and you won't love, I mean, his offspring, you know. And don't forget, we're not just talking about an ordinary offspring here. We're talking about a possible heir apparent to the throne. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a special child right now, you know. So I want to believe that she's doing this either from altruistic perspective or she's just being very smart, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
being political, you know. And I
Mm-hmm.
think this is the way to go. But like I said earlier on, if I am with Naomi, I'm going to love what is going on, but at the same time, I'm going to be circumspect. You know, I'm not just going to just lose guard like that. Okay, you know, then
Mm-hmm.
don't forget, like you said, in those days when men take up some other wives, you know, it is meant to support the old wives, and it's meant
Mm-hmm.
to to have a bigger family where you find a convivial environment where there's happiness, peace, and tranquility. You know, even though we know that these days it doesn't happen that way all the time, but most times, especially in those days, that was the intention. Okay, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so for me, I think the love from Dr. Elizabeth is not a bad one, but like I will always say, Queen Naomi should not lose God. That's it.
Wow. Wow. Mr. Manny, thank you so much.
Then
Thank you
let me
so
just add something. Can I just add something?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you will notice that I've not been my usual self because Nigeria is playing a match today.
Mm-hmm.
And as I speak to you, one of my eyes, in fact, two of my eyes are going up and down, monitoring. So my attention is kind of divided, but I really wanted to be part of this because it's just so
Okay.
nice hearing your voice once again, you know. So so that's it.
Okay, Mr. Manny, thank you so much. This live is not going to be long. In the next 5 minutes, we are going to be going off. But Mr. Manny, just hang on there. Let me get some other person who is coming live now. Okay,
Okay, that's
so
fine.
yeah. Okay, so well, it's all good. I agree with you that Naomi needs to be very, very careful. Yes, I do
Okay,
agree with that
there's one
complete.
emoji. There's one emoji online, Delaram.
Yes, yes. I have accepted her.
Okay,
Hello,
fine.
Moji. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Can you hear me? Good evening. Nice to have
Yeah,
you, madam.
and me too.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming live. Okay, so we were asking a question. A lot of people are asking, why is Dr. Lizzy supporting Queen Naomi? Why is Dr. Lizzy supporting Queen Naomi? What is her interest? Delaram, what is her interest? What do you think about the fact that Dr. Lizzy has been very supportive towards the plight of Naomi and Tadenika Wande of Ife?
Yeah, I share the same opinion with those that have spoken. She loves her husband and she's real. She's genuine. She's a good person.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because last night, I was even talking to my mother about this. And I was asking my mother, I said, why is it that everybody is skeptical? The people who are doing wrong, we keep dragging them. You're doing the wrong thing. Allow them come together and all of that. Then there is one woman who is standing up and saying, look, all of this is wrong. Tadenika would deserve to be with his father. Let them come in. Nothing is going to change. Nami deserves to be with her husband, like we are. And one person is doing that, and people are already very suspicious. Why is she doing this? We don't have to join the bandwagon. When you know something is wrong, it's wrong. Even if you're the only one, it's important to stand by what is right. Hello?
Is that for me?
Yeah. I was still talking to you, ma'am.
Yeah, I told you, I share the same opinion with those that
Okay.
have spoken before me. And
Okay.
I believe that that is just the right thing to do. You know,
Wow.
that Naomi
Yeah.
should be very careful, should be
Mm-hmm.
very smart. But
Mm-hmm.
I agree she has to return to the husband with her
Yeah.
son, you know.
I agree too. I agree too. She has to return to her husband, ma'am.
Yeah,
That's the right thing to do right now. She has to return to her husband because we can see the effort the man has made to bring her back, and she needs to return back to her
to her
husband.
husband.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, ma'am. I was just testing the live to be sure that it's running smoothly. Going forward, we'll be having live, and I will be advertising days ahead to get people prepared. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to have all of you. Nigeria is playing football. A lot of people will want to return back and go settle down and watch the match. El Fayo, I appreciate you. Madam Moji, I appreciate you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much. So we will be, leaving now, and I will pre-inform you as we get on with life, in the future. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
You're
you. You're
welcome.
welcome.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Okay.
Bye bye.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye. Good night.
Good night.